everybody. Welcome again to a new session of English language. This is Mr. Abdul Wahab Jamal Al-Ani. I'm saluting all of you. Today we are going to deal with Unit 1 Life Choices for the Syrian Scientific Section. We will do the reading part of the book. It's page 11. We will go through the text. We will solve the questions A, B, and C, the activities, and we will stop here. We are going to deal with the topic future careers. It's graded or regarded for grade 12 Syrian Scientific Section. The session will be between 40 to 60 minutes. Skills focus, it's reading comprehension, vocabulary, and critical thinking. Writing, objectives. Students will be understanding the factors of influencing career choices, explore the role of parents in this development of the career choice, and we will discuss the importance of making informed decisions in the future careers plan. Let's go through the text with each other and let's read. Future careers. Not all people have the ability to explore their future and build it with more confidence and clarity. Most studies have highlighted the role of parents as active agents in the career development of their children. Parents want their children to opt for a career they know well about. But what their children want to aspire to become can be completely different. Many parents said they had misguided their children into choosing a career of their choices. It is very important not to burden our children with unreal expectations. There are a few factors that are of a great importance in the career selection process. The child's aptitude is a mirror of his or her personality, strengths, and weaknesses. Hence, a designed aptitude test can reveal a lot of information regarding the child that can help in taking a well-informed career selection. It is very difficult to spend your life working in a field that you are not interested in. Courses leading towards a desired career should be found easily for the young to enable them to make right decisions about their future. Psychologists said that it was very easy for a child to get swayed by peer pressure into choosing a career that a majority was opting rather than the one which was best for him or her. Although it should not be the most important, remuneration of a career holds value in one's self. Nobody likes to earn little. A job's earnings should match the child's aspirations and provide a satisfying, comfortable life. Modern societies need professionals in very fields: utility workers, garbage collectors, farmers, nurses, doctors, engineers, teachers, professors, and many others. Furthermore, demotivation might have a negative impact on the child's mental health when rejecting all of his or her ideas. Parents can work together to gather information about a career and then help a child or the child in deciding whether it is suitable or not. Most people have dreams of future jobs and there's no limit to what this could be, but we can't be absolutely certain about our career choices. Researchers told us that through self-reflection and guided activities, we would find our core values and a clearer path towards the right career. That was a text that was a non-fiction text, that was an article. First of all, what's the meaning of an article? An article is a concept or a word which means a piece of writing or a composition which have usually paragraphs. Okay? It could be non-fiction. It could be published in magazine or a newspaper or journal. Recently, you can post it online as a blog, for example, or an online article. It provides information or analysis or commentary or specific topic. Okay? It can vary in length. It could be short, it could be long. It could be formal, informal, it could be chatty, it could be friendly, everyday language. But the general aim, the general goal for an article, for this piece of writing, for this friendly article or piece of writing is to entertain or to inform, to give information, or to persuade, to convince, or to explain something to the reader. In order to have an article, you have to have a topic and you have to focus on it, like that one, for example, the future career thing. You should have a structure, you should have paragraphs, title, heading, subheadings, body, conclusion, introduction, and so on. You have to start from the important thing till the least important, from the title till the end. You have to have a certain language or certain tone to be, for example, friendly, to be chatty, to be formal, to be informal, to be casual, to be academic, to be conversational, or whatever you wish. It depends on the topic itself. And of course, you have to base your article on sources and references. Okay, like for example, researchers, in order to support your article or your writing. Base it, for example, on a study, on interviews, on critical data, on previous studies has been done before. In short, the article, this piece of writing, this text, if you wish to say, it is a type of written work that aims to inform or to engage the reader about a specific subject, and it can appear in various formats depending on its purpose and audience. If I wanted now to give the features or the characteristics of the text which I read before, what I can notice, what can I notice about? Okay, first of all, for sure it is non-fiction. It gives information, it gives facts, it talks about real thing. It is an article, it's a text or piece of writing. It discusses the role of parents in shaping their children's career choices. The text is informing and giving information. It highlights several important factors that influence career selection, like aptitude, peer pressure, remunerations, and mental health. The genre, the text type, the kind of the text, the type of the text focuses on giving an advice and offering insight into the process of making informed career, right career decision, correct career decision. Main conventions and characteristics of the text could be: I have advice, I have recommendation inside the text. The article gives suggestion on how parents can help the reader or the children to choose a career. Explanatory tone, because it explains concepts like aptitude or remuneration or demotivation, what the meaning of these words or concepts. And it uses examples taken from real world in order to illustrate various professions that are essential in society, like engineering, medicine, teachers, and so on. Of course, we are writing for an objective, and we are delivering factual information and factual language. It provides research-based opinions without any emotional bias. It is balanced type of writing. I want to simplify and analyze the text for young students. The article, we learn how parents influence their children's careers choice. What's the text talking about? Some parents push their children into careers they well know about it. If they are engineers, they wanted their children to be engineers as well. If they are doctors, they need their children to be doctors as well because they are familiar with the profession. But it is important to consider what the child itself or theirself or themselves truly want. It's important for parents not to set unreal expectation. The child's aptitude or the skills and interests should guide the career choice, not the parent will. Children might also feel pressured by their friends to pick a certain career, which is called peer pressure. The opinion of the child or the friend of the child. Money, of course, the salary or remuneration is also an important factor to consider when choosing a job. It is important, but it is not everything. The article also wants to warn about the dangers of demotivation. Don't take your child down. When parents reject all of their children's ideas, parents should work together and gather information to help their child to choose a suitable career. Finally, researchers recommend that children to reflect on their values and dreams to find a career path that fits them well. Now, I extracted the words, the key words, the powerful phrases from the text. Not only the highlighted words, but also additional words which I can agree that they are important in the text. I made a table, the word or the phrase, the meaning of the word or the phrase, the synonym of the word or the phrase, antonym, the word or phrase, and the effect in the text. Aspire, to have a strong desire or ambition to achieve something. Synonym or another meaning for the word, to desire, yearn, aim, or long for. Antonym or opposite, disregard, avoid. Effect or importance of using it in the text to indicate the child's goals, to identify and to highlight the dreams or their future, helping the reader to understand the importance of personal ambition. Number 2, burden. Burden means to place a heavy responsibility or a demand on someone's shoulder. Another meaning, load, weight, responsibility. Opposite, relief, ease, or freedom. The effect of using it in the text emphasizes the negative impact of unrealistic expectation placed on children by their parents. A new word, aptitude. Aptitude, it means a natural skill or a natural ability the child have, the child has. A synonym, talent, ability, capability. An antonym, opposite, incompetence or inability. The effect of using it in the text to highlight the importance of understanding child's natural skill when making career decision. Swayed. The word swayed means to influence or influenced or moved to change one's decision, often in a negative way. Another meaning, influenced, persuaded or convinced, bent. Antonym or opposite, resisted, unaffected. And the effect or the importance of using this word in the text shows how peer pressure can lead a child to make poor career choices that are not aligned with their true interests. Remuneration, money paid for work or services. Another meaning, salary, pay, wages, earnings. The opposite, payment, debt, suggests that job's financial reward should match the aspirations of the person choosing the career. If he's working so hard, he should have a good amount of money. If he's not working that much, he should have less money. Demotivation. Demotivation. Demotivation means the less of motivation or stimulation or willingness to do the something or to do the work. Another word or another meaning, discouragement or disinterest. Opposite, motivation, encouragement. And the importance of using it, the effect is to warn that demotivation in a child can negatively affect their mental health and hinder their future career growth. Researchers, those are experts who study a subject in depth and provide an advice or an insight for the topic. Another word, scholars, analysts, or scientists. Opposite, lay people or amateurs, those people who have no experience. The effect is the researcher's advice is crucial for helping children to make informed decisions about their career. Core values, that's a phrase. There are two words. One word, another word, you have a phrase. Now, the meaning of the phrase is fundamental or essential beliefs and principles that guide one's decision. Another meaning, beliefs, principles, standards. Opposites, misbeliefs or confusion. The importance of using this word in the text is to suggest that understanding one's core values is essential for choosing a meaningful or fulfilling career. Self-reflection, this is one word. I have a word, I have another word, and I have an hyphen. A hyphen in the middle will combine two words into one compound word. So, self-reflection, it's one word. The process of looking at one's own thoughts, feelings, and actions. In other words, introspection or contemplation. The opposite of it, ignorance and neglect. The effect of using it encourages the individual to reflect to their interests and strength to make better career choices. Peer pressure. Peer pressure means the influence exerted by a group to make someone conform to their choices. All of us are doctors, you have to be a doctor. All of us are engineers, you have to be an engineer. That's the meaning of peer pressure. Social pressure, influence. The opposite is independence, when you have your own decision. Self-reliance. It shows the social forces that can push children into career choices that may not be suitable for them. Mental health. An important phrase which means a person's emotional and psychological and social well-being. That's the inside of you. The meanings, or another one, well-being, emotional health. It is not your body, it is your mind. your inner psyche. The opposite, mental illness, distress. And the effect of using this phrase warns that ignoring children's ideas and forcing them into unsuitable careers can negatively affect their mental health. Career selection, it is the process of choosing a job or profession. Another meaning, career choice, job selection. Opposite of it, career confusion or indecision. It is important because it refers to the importance of making an informed and thoughtful decision when choosing a career. Guided activities. It's when you have structured tasks and exercises designed to help someone to explore their options. It is a well-done, set plan. Another meaning, directed tasks, facilitated exercises. The opposite means free-form exploration, without any rules, without any guidance. It is important to encourage activities that help children to reflect on their own skills, interests, and values for career decision making. Clarity. When you are clear, you are open. The quality of being clear or easy to understand. Another word, certainty, transparency, lucidity. Opposite, confusion, ambiguity, darkness. It is important because it signifies the importance of having a clear and well understood career path for one's future. The last two words, expectations, beliefs or hopes about what will happen or what should happen. In another word, anticipations, assumptions, expectations. On the other hand, we have doubts and uncertainties. That's the opposite of expectation. And it is important to use that word in the text because it points out the potential danger, maybe danger, of setting unrealistic expectation for children's careers. Well-informed, it's one word, well, combined with informed, using a hyphen. The hyphen here is a letter. The hyphen is a letter. Well-informed, knowledgeable, and clear about a subject, having all the relevant information. In another word, it means educated, knowledgeable, aware. Opposite of it, uniformed. No, uninformed, unaware. And the significance of it, it highlights, it focuses, it stresses on the importance of having adequate knowledge, right knowledge when making important decisions like career choice. And were the that was the words, the last one, satisfy. When you are satisfied, you are happy. Means giving pleasure or fulfillment, synonyms to fulfill, to reward, to gratitude, or to gratify somebody. Antonym, which is the opposite, dissatisfy or disappoint. Effect in the text. It is important to indicate that the career choice should provide not just financial rewards but also personal satisfaction. You should be happy in your job if you want to thrive in it. It is not only about how much money do you earn. Are you happy in your work or not? Do you like your profession or not? Let's go now to the questions. After we read the text, after we explain the text, after we give a meaning of the new words of the text, we should go through 6 questions in order to understand, in order to see if we comprehend the text. I need you, when you solve these questions, to pay attention into 2 things. Number 1, search for the question word. The question word could be WH word or verb to be or verb to do. So a question word could be when for people, what for things or ideas, which for things, where for places, when for time, how for explanation, for example, why for giving a reason. And number 2, you have to search for the key words. So how do most parents nowadays guide their children to choose their future career? You have 2 or 3 words, you have to take them, those are the key words, the important words inside the question. You have to take them and go through the text to search about the answer. Usually, but not always, question 1 will go for paragraph 1, question 2 will go for paragraph 2, question 3 will go for paragraph 3. It is not a rule, okay? It could be scrambled, by the way, but usually they will go paragraph by paragraph. So take this, as we said, nowadays guide their children and go and search. We are here, okay? So we are here. Question: how do most parents nowadays guide their children to choose their future career? Most parents guide their children to choose their future career by encouraging them to pursue a profession that parents are familiar with. However, this approach may not always align with the child's own desires or interests, so parents often want their children to choose a career that they know well, but this can sometimes misguide the children into pursuing a path that doesn't fit their true aspiration. I explained the answer and I copy pasted the answer as well. Okay, so you are free to do this or that. Question 2: do you think parents follow the right strategy and why? This is an opinion question. You should give your opinion. It is yes or it is no, but you have to justify correctly or accordingly. If you said yes, you have to justify why yes. If you said no, you have to justify why no. So it depends on the individual situation. While parents' guidance can be helpful, the strategy of pushing children into careers they themselves know or prefer may not always be the best. It's important for parents to consider their children's interests, skills, and passion when guiding them, rather than imposing their own choices. If children are encouraged to explore careers that align with their own interests and strengths, they are more likely to be successful and satisfied in the long term. Question 3. I'm here. Okay. Question 3. What factors? Now the factors, to be honest, they are inside the whole text. We have the aptitude, we have the peer pressure, we have the remuneration, and we have the demotivation. So the question: what factors should be taken into consideration to decide a future career? When they said what factors, they didn't ask you to explain. So you can say only those bold or highlighted words like aptitude, personal interests, peer pressure, remuneration, mental health. Okay? and demotivation, of course. Or you can explain all of them. What's the meaning of aptitude, natural skill and abilities, personal interest? A career should align with the child's interest and passion. Peer pressure. It's important for children to make decisions based on their own desires, not on their children or friends or a group around them. Remuneration. Salary is important, but it is not everything. Mental health. Parents should avoid demotivating their children, which could negatively affect their confidence and happiness. Question number 4. What is the influence of peers of the children? Okay, I will take this word peers or influence of peers and I will find it. It's here. I have to read this and extract the answer. Peers can have a strong influence on children, especially when it comes to a career choice. Children might feel swayed by the career that most of their friends or classmates are pursuing. Even if those choices are not the best fit for them, this peer pressure can lead children to make decisions that are not based on their own skills or passion, but rather on what is popular or socially acceptable among their group. And we have lots of this in our national schools. You will find, for example, that 12A, that's the doctor's class. 12B, that's the pharmacy's uh, class. Class 12C, that's the engineer's class. 12D, for example, that's the lawyer's class, and so on. So you might find a person inside the doctor's class which doesn't belong to that class or doesn't like to be a doctor. But the pressure of the group, and because of the name, you will find them, or you will find him or her studying, but he is not happy. He will go through this career, for example, but he will not be intelligent or producer inside. Number 5, how can demotivation affect the child's character? That's the word demotivation, so I will search here. Demotivation can have a serious negative impact on child's mental health and overall confidence. If parents constantly reject their child's ideas or fail to support their career choices, the child may feel discouraged, leading to a loss of self-esteem, interest, and motivation. This could cause long-term emotional distress and prevent the child from pursuing their true potential. The last question. What do researchers recommend to choose our future career? That's the researchers. That's the key word. Researcher. Researcher, and that's the researcher. The answer. Researchers recommend that children engage in self-reflection and guided activities to better understand their core values and interests. They should make an aptitude tests like SAT or ACT in order to know if they are good in math, so they will go to engineering. If they are good in science, so they will go to medicine. If they are good in, for example, Arabic or English, they will go for literature and so on. It is not about what you like, it's about what you are good at. This process helps them to find a clearer path towards a career that suits their skills, passion, and personal goals. It's important for children to explore different options and gather information to make informed decisions about their future career. This is what we call data analysis. Okay, we have to analyze the skills of the student, and that's what we have or what we do usually in our schools outside Syria, I mean, we have some kind of aptitude test in order to do before going to the university and after doing the high school or the IG or whatever. Now, another question, which is B, activity B, look at the highlighted words in pairs, choose the right or the right meaning, or A or B. The words are here: aspire, burden, aptitude, swayed, remuneration, demotivation. And they gave A and B. I need the meaning inside the text, the contextual meaning. So, aspire, seek to attain a goal or advance. It is to seek to attain a goal. Burden, A, reduce, B, load. It is load, burden, heavy. Aptitude, it's the quality or natural ability. It's natural ability or skill. Swayed, is influenced or lost. It's influenced. Remuneration, is it money paid for work or service or an amount of money given to someone as a debt? It is not a debt. It is not a debt. Okay? It's work or it's money or salary because you did something to me. Demotivation, making someone more eager or less eager. Look at the word D. D is a suffix. Sorry, it's a prefix. Letter or group of letters which comes before the root word in order to make a new word or a new meaning. So D means less. So making someone less eager. Demotivation, less. Making someone less eager or willing to do their job. Sentence completion. Complete the following sentences with words from the article. Words from the article. Parents play a vital role in the career development of their children. Role. Parents should study very well the aptitude, the skill of their children to decide their future career. 3. There should be leading, it could be tests or course, because both of them are said in the article, to help children choose the best job for them in the future. In the exam, please choose the most correct or the most well-informed, the one which you very sure about it. Don't put two answers. Choose one only. Nowadays, most people encourage their children to choose their future passion or profession based on the salary, remuneration that profession brings to them. And that was the end of reading section. As reflection, I made a related writing task, which is very important. It could come in the exam, a composition. Write, of course, it is related to the task or related to the text itself. So after reading this article, I might ask you to rewrite it again using your own words and language, or I might ask you, for example, to write a text or a composition using those important words inside your letter. So the topic should be future career. So write a letter, write a composition to your parent explaining which career you are interested in and why it is the best choice for you. Use the vocabulary and concepts from the text such as aptitude, peer pressure, remuneration, and demotivation. Planning, you have to put an introduction. Start your letter by addressing your parents and introducing the topic of a career choice. Go to the body. Say what are your interests. Explain to them your career and interested in. Why you are allies them to your skills and abilities. Number 3, you show the good things. What are the bad things? What are the challenges and the peer pressure for you, discussing how peer pressure might influence your decision and how to plan to make your right choice, why it's a right choice for you, explain why the career you choose is the best one for you, considering factors like remuneration and job satisfaction, conclusion, ending, close the letter by reassuring your parents that you are choosing the good thing, and thank them and sign out. If you can notice, I'm asking you to rewrite the text in another way. A sample answer, read with me. Dear mom and dad, comma, skip a line and start with a new paragraph. I hope this letter finds you well. I've been thinking a lot about my future and what career I want to pursue. I believe that becoming a teacher would be the best fit for me because it aligns with my natural aptitude for helping others and my love for learning. I mentioned the profession and I mentioned the word aptitude. Skip a line and start with a new paragraph. Why it is good. I know that sometimes there is a lot of peer pressure. There are challenges around choosing career based on what my friends think is cool or popular. But I want to make sure I choose a path that makes me happy and reflects my values, not just what others are doing. So I'm stressing on the challenge, and in the same time, I'm aware of them and I like this job and I want to go for this profession. Another factor I have to use also, in addition, beside that, to make connective, to transit from paragraph to another paragraph. Skip a line and start with a new paragraph. I also understand that remuneration, money, salary, is an important factor to consider, and I am confident that being a teacher will provide me with a comfortable living while allowing me to make a real difference in people's lives. It's important to me to have a job that I aspire, so I will feel motivated and happy. I put the word motivated, okay, which is the opposite of demotivated. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me in my decisions. I'm confident that this is the right choice for my future. Love, of course, you have to skip a line because now you are ending your letter. You will say love, Bezos, take care, comma. That's the sign out, and then you have to sign with your name. Abdul Wahab. Your sincere child. Comma. After you finish writing, you have to ask yourself to make a checklist for revision. Did I clearly explain my career choice and why it suits my skills? That's the first paragraph. I said what I want to be and I explained my skills. 2. Did I mention any challenge like peer pressure or family expectation? Yes, I did. I mentioned the peer pressure and I explained it. Remember that I made the checklist out of the planning or the question itself. Checklist is very important to see, to revise, to have the full mark in writing, inshallah. Did I explain how remuneration and job satisfaction play a role in my decision? That's the remuneration and that's the aspiration. I talked about them and I explained them. Is my letter polite, clear, and well organized? Yes, it is polite. Yes, it is well organized in paragraphs and it is structured in a logical way. I moved from paragraph to another paragraph. I transit from point to another point and from idea to another idea. Have I used the vocabulary which been asked to be put inside my lesson or in my writing, like aptitude, demotivation, And remuneration, yes, I use them, and I use the antonyms or the synonyms of them. And by doing this, we finished. I'd like to thank you so much for having me, and I want to tell you that next session will be a worksheet about the reading part. A worksheet about the reading part. This is Mr. Abdul Wahab Jamal. Thank you so much for having me, and see you next time, inshallah. Have a nice